Everybody, Big Black Nerd, check out the Dollar Reactions. Today, we're checking out horror movies I could easily survive too. I have seen the first one not too long ago, and I know it was requested by a guy that I can't remember the name of. If you see this, make sure to, I guess you can give yourself a shout out down below, because I'm bad with remembering names. But yeah, the first one was pretty funny, so I'm interested to see who's gonna square up with this time. I already see Chucky right here, but I think he mentioned this time. Yeah, I guess we're gonna find out who else is gonna swear with today. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I guess let's get into it.
You know, horror movies are one of the most loved and hated forms of entertainment to exist. I mean, it makes sense. They're scary. They even scare me sometimes. But something we've all done while watching a horror movie, whether you love them or hate them, is think to ourselves, I think I could survive this. Matter of fact, I know I could survive this. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be spinning the block on more horror movies I could for surely survive. And as usual, I'll be giving you guys my strategy, my game plan, my thought process. And obviously, some of the ones that I can't. First one up on the hit list is Ghostface from Scream. This dude is a pretty standard horror villain on the surface. A masked man with a knife, no superhuman abilities, and can be taken out the same way any other regular human can be taken out. A gun. Should be an easy one to deal with. But whoa, slow your roll. What makes Ghostface such a special and popular killer is one, the whole "what's your favorite scary movie?" thing, and two, he doesn't work alone. Ghostface is two, sometimes even three people working together. That's usually the whole twist with his movies. Ghostface sometimes ends up being the love interest's parent, the love interest's dog. It could be anyone. You never know with this dude. And that means we have multiple killers on the loose, ladies and gentlemen, making this situation at the very least a 2v1 against me. What am I gonna do? Well, I could go one route and say these guys usually target specific people. So as long as I'm not near Sidney Prescott, Melissa Barrera, or Jenna Ortega, I should be good, but that would be boring. So let's just say Ghostface decides to target me because, I don't know, I accidentally ran over Ghost Dog's mama. What do I do then? And my answer to that might surprise you. They're literally human, minus him. Like, yeah, it's a 2 or 3v1, but if you watch any of these movies, you know against these guys, that's more than winnable. Like I said a second ago, they're gun level. And it doesn't help that they don't often make the smart decision. They always start off intimidating. A killer you could actually be afraid of. But as we get closer and closer to the identity reveal, it's like they're losing brain cells. They let certain people live, they start becoming clumsier. This is exactly why I told you to stay off that galaxy, guys. And the dumbest thing they do is that since it's a personal beef, they always do this huge dramatic reveal to torment the victim or whatever. That's right, Derek. It was us.
That's freaking Shaggy.
It was us all along.
Oh, looks like the actor that plays him.
These dudes are just an aggressive scam likely call. I ain't sweating it. Unless they pull a JJK and jump me, I'm winning. Pennywise, the killer demon clown. Now, a lot of y'all probably know this guy, and y'all know, unlike Ghostface, Pennywise has powers. He has the ability to create illusions, shapeshift, regenerate, and much more. He pretty much got the reality stone. And all this stuff on paper makes Pennywise an extremely formidable and difficult to beat opponent. Like, after watching him lose at the end of part 1 and seeing him come back at the start of part 2, you would think this dude is unbeatable. But we were wrong. We were all wrong, because all these reality warping powers Pennywise has all rely on one thing: fear. That's right. You gotta be scared of this dude for him to really do anything to you. So if you're not afraid of him, this dude is practically useless. I was never one to be afraid of clowns. Like, no joke, I've played Roblox games that scare me more. I just always thought they were too silly looking to be scared of. And that's no diss at someone who's scared of them. Trust me, I got some strange things that scare me too. I'm just saying. Use a bit. Close I ever got to being scared of them was those 2016 clown sightings that were happening. And even then, why am I gonna be scared of a clown staring at me from a distance? What he gonna do? Throw a freaking pie at me? So if you put me against a clown that relies on me being scared of him, that's easy pickings. I mean, bro, you can practically bully this dude to death. A few mean words and he's out for the count. I grew up playing Prime COD, Prime 2K, and Prime GTA. So if it means survival, just know my slur bag run deep.
And oh no.
Before anyone says it, no, he does not use candy to kill people. I know, it would have been cool, I know. Candy.
Oh my gosh, but nah, like legit. I get so tired of these movies where like they say don't do this, but people do it anyway. And like I think in the Candyman movie, at least like the more modern day one, people were doing it for like a trend. Like people were like on their phones posting, "Oh, let me say his name 3 times." I feel like that's like low key where our society has gone. Like to the point where if it's guaranteed, like people's like if people know they can poke the bear and get a reaction, that's how far we've gone. Like people have done that to me many times. When they poke the bear and end up getting messed up, and then get other people to poke said bear and get messed up as well. Like, um,
Candyman is this vengeful spirit with a hook for a hand that you can summon after saying his name 5 times in the mirror. So he's sort of like Bloody Mary, but instead of his name being Mary, he's a black dude. So there's gonna be people scared of him, ghost or not. Now, what makes Candyman so scary is a combination of things. First of all, the hook for the hand. On top of that, he can teleport, control bees, control minds, has an insanely deep voice, and scariest of all, he dwells in the projects. Now, I don't know if everyone watching this has a full understanding of how bad projects could get, especially here in the East Coast, but I do. In my city, there's plenty of projects. Now, I'm not from the projects. I live by a project, but I ain't from there. But what I can tell you from years of living near and watching and studying these things is that the projects are absolutely horrible. Am I lying though? Am I lying? Like, it may sound like I'm being rude, but even people from the projects don't want to be from the projects. This is common knowledge. The conditions of those things are damn near inhospitable. Y'all like that word? Y'all like that word? And the projects in this movie are worse than the ones that I've been in. They only add to the horror. These projects look like they got people taking dumps in the stairwell, crackheads trying to make $1 in the elevator. The ones I've been in only got piss in the stairwells and a few crackheads. There's levels to this. So when you add this environment to his already insane array of abilities, especially the controlling bees thing, that's bad. This one seems rather difficult, but I assure you, this one is easy. I'ma just do what I did when I was a kid and people told me to say his name. Nothing. I ain't saying the dude's name 5 times in a mirror. I might do 4 just to pump fake it, but why would I ever do 5? That's ridiculous. Who in their right mind hears an urban legend about summoning a man with a hook for a hand who comes after you and thinks, well, I should probably do that. You gotta be off your rocker. I'm not saying the name. And I would love to do a scenario where I did summon him, but I just don't see myself surviving in that case. Cause it's not like you have to be from the projects for him to come after you. You could be in Cancun, but if you say this dude's name in the mirror 5 times, he's teleporting straight to you. You just got him a free vacation. I'm not messing with this dude, I'm sorry. He's just too dangerous. There was literally a scene in the movie where this little kid went to go use the bathroom, and this dude, I don't even want to say, this dude Candyman hibachi this little kid's Johnson. What was the reason? I'm good. Candyman is easy if I don't summon him. If I do summon him, I'm cooked. Like, really, the only advantage you got against this dude is being a snow bunny. And
why does he kind of look like freaking Uncle Elroy from Friday? From next Friday. Like, that's, I
don't know if I can do that right now. And this is when we follow a crew of scientists.
No. You hear me? No. Like, it's already been proven that Earth weapons can't fight these. I mean, I know they have like video games where they have military shooting them. But even then, that's like fictional military. Like, I don't think it's like real life like weaponry that can take these things. Also, the term face huggers it's like the most PG way you could name a monster, right? It's like we all know what they do and how they do it. Like the fact that they're called face huggers, I think that's like the most PC way you could possibly give a name for a creature that does what it. If you know what it does, then you know what it does. I'm just saying, like that's the best way you could possibly give a term to that creature. And not
aboard a spaceship who, after going to an unfamiliar planet, are infiltrated by an alien. And this ain't your usual alien. This isn't your gardener or barber or DoorDash driver. It's not Marvin or Roger from American Dad. No, these things are dark, scary, and contribute nothing to the economy. The Xenomorph, standing at 7 to 8 feet tall, bloodthirsty, insanely intelligent, extremely durable, and it got a mouth in its mouth. This thing is the real deal, and I'm stuck on a spaceship with it, with no place to run, barely any places to hide, and again, in the middle of space. Looks like I'm in a bit of a pickle now, doesn't it? But I just watched Alien Romulus the other day, and I learned a lot about our alien buddies over here. So while it may look like I'm in a tough situation, don't worry, Joe. I got this. So from what we know about these Xenomorphs is that they're nearly impossible to hurt. Things like regular guns and tools don't work on them at all. Something like a flamethrower could work for a little, but not enough to actually put the dude down. And while things like high caliber guns and explosives do work, I forgot to mention the Xenomorphs are like Magic Johnson in certain aspects. And it ain't the height, I'll tell you that much. They have highly acidic blood, so if you pierce their skin in any way, their blood is gonna start leaking everywhere and melting everything. So just like magic, we should probably avoid making this thing spill blood. So what am I gonna do? I can't burn this thing, I can't shoot it because of the ship, I can't blow it up. What do I have planned?
Foolish.
It's obvious. The only way to defeat this thing is to go back to its roots. You see, while they are aliens, Xenomorphs are still similar to us in one way. They have a weak baby form. Granted, it's a very messed up and dangerous looking baby, but it's still a weaker form. They start off as face huggers. These little crab spider things that hug your face, and in order to evolve into the big dangerous version of themselves that I'm currently stuck on the ship with, these face huggers must impregnate? What the? One of my crewmates. And right here, during this weird process, is where I strike. If you know me, you know I'm not one to gamble. I cut my losses. You could call me a quitter. So the second I see one of my crewmates getting his face hugged by one of these things and potentially jeopardizing the safety of everyone else on board, I don't know. That looks like a loss I'm gonna have to cut. I'm sorry, it's the truth. That's the only way to win in this scenario and make sure no other lives are lost. I'm gonna look at my other crewmates and pull a, I don't think he's gonna make it, guys.
This man.
And proceed to eject him and that ugly baby out the airlock. And I already know some of y'all about to say this method was inhumane. And you're right, it wasn't humane. What you gonna do about it?
Exactly. Punch him. I'm sorry.
We know who it is. One of the most popular villains in horror. You see his face at every Hot Topic and Spencer's. The killer doll, Charlie, Chucky. If you've been watching me for a while, you might already know I don't rock with dolls. And it all started with him. This dude had a chokehold on me my entire childhood. Like, I cannot stress this enough to you guys. This dude was my biggest fear. Anytime I would see this dude, he would have me sound like Courage the Cowardly Dog trying to speak. It was bad. Like back then, my top 3 was Chucky, Heights, and Presentations. That was an immovable top 3. And it was like this for years and years and years. And one day I woke up and I realized this little is a doll, a 2-foot doll. I've literally been taller than him since I was like 3. Yet he had this insane grasp on my mind for so long, had me waking up from Tsukuyomi type nightmares. To answer the question, of course I'm whooping him. He's not Annabelle or Brahms or any other demon possessed doll. Exactly. He's literally just a ginger killer baby who cracks jokes every now and then and knows voodoo. Literally a kick, a punch, a slap, anything will work against this dude. Maybe if I was 7 years old again, he would win because I was a huge, that thing girls keep me between their legs. But now, if I can't beat this little dude, tell my mama to disown me. I'm serious. Honestly, I'm so convinced I'm winning this, they could bring the whole army of Chuckies from the show, add Tiffany, and matter of fact, throw in one of them crackheads from the projects too. At least that'll give them some sort of win con. As you guys can see though, a whole year later and these horror villains are still not hanging with me. Except him though. He got it. Comment down below any of the ones you guys think I was wrong or right about. Also, my next video will most likely be on fear, so comment down below your biggest fear, and I'll see if I put it in the video. And moral of the story?
Break, now we need a break. Try to run away, try to get away. So it could be.
Pause. Dang it. Pause. Thank you. Come on. Please. Thank you. Okay. Finally. Now let's talk. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I don't know why. My thing just. Anyway, yeah, that was interesting. I didn't know. I'm aware of most of these villains. So obviously, I know the ones that I agree with the most is definitely Chucky and Ghostface. I'm sorry, like Ghostface, yes, there's multiple of them, but at the same time, you have multiple bullets. Like even a revolver has enough bullets in there to take down Ghostface. One in the chest, one in the head. Like that's how you gotta do it. Anyway, yeah, that was interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I guess that was the video for today. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll make sure to catch y'all the next one. Hey, God bless.